Finally, massive NFL trade. Massive. Stefon Diggs is leaving Buffalo. He's being traded to C.J. Stroud's Houston Texans.
Huge.
That is now a very potent Houston Texans offense helmed by a very promising quarterback that was really good last year, headed into year 2. If Tank Dell gets healthy, Tank Dell had a very impressive campaign last year before the injury. Is he the best number 3 wide receiver in the league? Because you got Nico Collins, Stefon Diggs, Tank Dell with C.J. Stroud at quarterback. Brevin Jordan, who's a speed demon at tight end, went to the U.
They have Dalton Schultz, too.
Yeah, didn't they upgraded at the running back position, right?
They have Singletary, who's been playing really well.
Yo, that might be also the number 1 ranking.
They got Mixon.
They got Joe Mixon.
I'm saying they had Singletary played well last year. Mixon now in for them.
That is a very fast team.
But also the best wide receiver names trio in the entire NFL, easily. You got Nico, Diggs, and Tank. That's some names right there. Give me a receiving core with a better group of names.
We were actually debating as this news broke who's the number 1 in Houston. There were actually some people voicing that Tank Dell could be number 1.
Really?
I think it's Nico Collins just based off of recent form. The way that Nico closed this season, much of that output may be because Tank Dell went out, but Nico is a very good receiver in his own right. And Diggs, as the Buffalo offense found its form after getting rid of Ken Dorsey, he just wasn't putting up big production. And there was a perfect pass headed his way in the playoffs, and he didn't find a way to make the play. He's played for a while. It would stand to reason that he's certainly at the tail end of his career, but maybe now is when you start seeing a big dip in production. He's not the number 1, I don't think,
he's
anymore.
30. He's 30. Yeah. So, I think
That's
he still has
age, dude.
a good 3-4 years of still being a top-tier wide receiver.
He
his
doesn't
last
have
couple
to be
games,
there.
Sure, but his last couple games, Kansas City had 24 yards. Dallas, he had 48 yards. Chargers, he had 29 yards.
That's bad.
New England, he had 26 yards.
Real bad.
Miami, last game of the season, he had 87 yards. So was it the rift started somewhere in there with him and Josh Allen? Because I feel like that's when things started coming out. We're hey, I don't know.
Did it start last year?
They've almost been breaking up for 3 years over there because everyone saw this Josh Allen contract coming, and it would be really difficult for them to keep Diggs with Josh Allen eating up so much of their money. And Diggs would kind of leave crumbs, letting people know that he wasn't necessarily super happy there.
So this happened yesterday, actually. Robert Griffin III had a post where he's questioning whether Diggs is essential to Josh Allen's high-level performances before declaring that, yes, he is. And then a Twitter user named the Peaky Pirate responded with, does Josh benefit from having a top-tier receiver? Yes. Is he essential to success? No. And Diggs responded to the Peaky Pirate by saying, you sure about that?
I mean, Diggs, Diggs would have an argument because Josh Allen, if you look at his career, it certainly changed for the much better once Diggs arrived. And now you look at that Buffalo offense, and they have to address some of these things in the draft too. They lost their 2 top receivers in free agency, but Diggs looks to be on the way down, and Gabe Davis was really frustrating to watch. But Diggs can certainly – he has merit to his argument if he wants to take some credit for Josh Allen's success. But how about Houston? That is a really fascinating team.
I love – there are a few things that I love more than a team that you're saying, oh, yeah, nice little team, you guys are going to get over here in a couple of years, and then they do a move. It's like, oh, no, we're trying to be there now. Yeah. I love those deals.
Yeah, when you have the quarterback on the rookie contract, you can already say if you're drafting the quarterbacks in the league right now to start your franchise, you may be stunned where C.J. Stroud goes. Honestly,
let's do it. Let's rank quarterback.
It feels like an all-in move for them.
Yeah, well, you have to be that's when you seize the windows. When they were a playoff team, they won a playoff game last year. You have the young quarterback. You go for it.
Yeah, you absolutely go for it. You put them chips in the middle of the table and say, all in. I love an all-in move. I love it.
Stefon Diggs is an all-in move.
He was.
Absolutely.
He was for Buffalo, and I think that this is an all-in move there.
It's all-in move.
Super potent.
They already addressed their running back situation. They got Joe Mixon, who's still really good.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do you have that would be an all-in move? You have the quarterback. The defense is good.
This team's ready.
Offensive line is decent.
This team is announcing itself, Jessica, saying, hey, you guys are talking about tomorrow. How about today? How about right now?
Sounds like Stefon Diggs trying to win a Twitter fight. You think he like called his agent and was like, "Hey, I got something to prove.
Back me up here.
I gotta show these Buffalo fans something next year."
Oh my God, I love that idea of like, oh man, now I said that, I gotta make
God
something.
damn it!
What quarterback can I tie to who's really good?
Dude, that's a
CJ
hell of a.
Stroud.
So hold on, I want to do this. I want to rank quarterbacks because I was out with some friends about a week
Wait,
ago.
you can't do this without Stugotz.
No, okay.
Next segment.
Well, it's ranking quarterbacks that you'd want to start your franchise with.
Yes.
If all these quarterbacks entered some sort of fantasy draft scenario, we all agree that Patrick Mahomes would go number 1.
Yes.
He's still
Contract
plenty young.
neutral, like that.
No. Even at the number that
The
he's
rookies?
at, he's
Okay.
proven.
Yes.
You have Patrick Mahomes on. Doesn't matter what kind of disarray your locker
Yes.
room may be. Doesn't matter how bad your wide receiver production
This
may
year
be.
definitely
It's all
proved
good.
that
Yeah.
that is true.
You can be
Yeah,
in the
but-
Super Bowl
Matter.
conversation every
Yeah.
year.
Also have a really good defense.
But I think for the rest of the list, money does matter. Money does matter. Lamar Jackson.
I think Stroud would go over Lamar Jackson in these scenarios.
Let's do this. C.J. Stroud versus insert name.
you think Stroud over Lamar Jackson?
Yeah,
He was the
especially at the
MVP
camp
this
number,
year.
just entering year 2. I think C.J. Stroud showed
But that
a
kind
lot
of
there.
alters it though, because if you're doing it on a rookie deal, and wouldn't everybody technically
Yes,
be
it-
on a rookie deal if
no,
we were all
in this
drafting
in
the-
this scenario, you slot them where their contracts are at.
It's a
They're
dispersal
just-
draft.
Yeah, and also even if their contracts were the same, I wouldn't hesitate. It's C.J. Stroud over Lamar Jackson. Would not
Wow,
hesitate
no
in the
hesitation.
least. No, from this point forward, no hesitation.
Is it, let's cut to the chase.
Honestly,
is there
I'm
a quarterback
offended that you would take Lamar
Hold
Jackson.
on. Is there a
I'm
quarterback?
offended.
Is there a quarterback beyond Mahomes that you would take over C.J. Stroud? Any quarterback?
I'd probably
Let
take
me
Josh
look it up.
Allen still.
Nah,
Really?
Yeah,
No
I'd probably
way.
From
still take
here
Josh
on
Allen.
out,
Nah, bro.
from here on out,
No way.
Josh Allen, I think,
But then-
deserves to be in the conversation. But I would personally, I would take C.J. Stroud.
There's a ton of caveats though, because now we're just playing who's the best young quarterback on a rookie deal. Oh, it's C.J. Stroud. Okay, the
Literally,
game's
yes,
over.
that is.
That
Look
is-
at-
that is
then the game's
game.
over.
That was the gambit.
Then the game's over.
But
okay, it's C.J.
Justin,
Stroud.
Justin Herbert,
Please.
he's going to get the money is going to kick in.
Can we-
should we
real
talk
soon.
about it?
Can we talk about something here?
We've been
Okay.
cooking up a little bit of a conspiracy
So
theory.
Jim Harbaugh's been talking about how J.J. McCarthy's like the greatest quarterback who ever lived, and I don't doubt him. I don't think he's like doing a thing there. I think J.J. McCarthy is really his guy and someone that's very special to him. But now that he's the head coach of the Chargers, I think he should put his money where his mouth is.
Oh,
I think he
yeah.
should trade Justin Herbert and draft J.J. McCarthy. If he really buys into J.J. McCarthy, what does he have to lose?
I've got J.J. McCarthy picking up the phone and saying, "Hello, coach. I heard what you said the other day, and I was just wondering, like, if it's not too much of a problem, like, can I play for you and possibly be the starter too?" Like his voice is cracking and everything.
I think here's how the draft goes.
Uh-huh.
I think Patrick Mahomes goes number 1.
Yes.
I do think C.J. Stroud probably goes number 2.
What about-
And I think Caleb Williams goes number 3.
What about Joe Burrow had he not signed the deal?
I think
new
Joe
deal?
Burrow is in that top 5, even with the deal and the injuries. I think Joe Burrow is a top 5 in this fantasy draft. I also don't think that you can discount a quarterback like Drake May.
What if
even-
J.J. McCarthy, but you get 4 first-round picks for Justin
That's how I
Herbert?
know the draft is approaching, when the quarterback that Michigan was hiding all year is now considered to be the second best quarterback in there, and people are going through Drake May's Twitter, Instagram follows, and people are dissecting cell phone colors. This is all ridiculous.
Is it?
This is all ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous or is it
It's
the
absurd.
magic of
We
the
watched
season?
Drake May. We watched J.J. McCarthy. It's clear who the better quarterback is from just how the team designed their offense. They had plenty of success, and I've heard J.J. McCarthy now all of a sudden can make all the throws. Why didn't he make them in Michigan? Yeah. Why didn't he? Like, I know that they had a style. It worked out. They're champs. But it seemed as though they were hiding him.
They were. It doesn't seem. It is.
That's
And
it
who
is
would
so.
The biggest
better
play
at
of their
hiding
season
him
was an
than Jim
unbelievable play that a
Harbaugh?
receiver made on a poorly thrown ball.
And it was also tipped.
Yeah.
Just a tip.
Hey.
Harbaugh knows how to win with J.J. McCarthy. Just saying.
He gets McCarthy.
Put your
so,
money where your mouth is.
so we're looking at the mock draft, right?
Jordan Love is a top 10 pick in this draft, in this quarterback draft.
Okay.
Jordan
I
Love,
can allow that.
Yeah, Jordan
I
Love
can
certainly
allow
top 10.
top 10.
Chargers have 5. Why not?
Uh-huh.
You take the picks, right? You go up and you get McCarthy at 2. You
I
trade
like how
with,
your
you
voice
trade with the
got
commies.
quieter.
Yeah, you trade with the commies, right? You move up to 2.
Uh-huh.
Now you get a wealth of picks on the back end. And then what you do is you take J.J. McCarthy 2 overall, right? This is our guy.
Right.
Herbert's gone. Hey, all of a sudden, who do the commies have that the Chargers had last year? Austin Eckler.
There you go.
You need to fill in the running back
bring him
spot.
back?
No. Second round,
Mm-hmm.
37th pick, Blake Corum. 1-2 punch.
And now you've got your core.
Now you got your core, your Michigan core. You've got Harbaugh, you've got McCarthy, you've got Blake Corum. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know.
No, it sucks. But
Yeah.
I like the idea.
I like the idea. It goes to Jessica's thing. It's like you talk all that. Now let's see.
Back it up.
Yeah, back it up.
I would like to see the Michigan offense with Justin Herbert there, though.
Should draft Zinter.
Justin Herbert's a really good quarterback.
Would
And
he be top 10?
Is
He would be in the top 10.
Would he?
Of this quarterback. You have any quarterback you want, provided that they're at that contract number. I think Justin Herbert goes top 10. Yeah.
Tua?
No, not top 10.
No to Tua?
Not top 10.
Schmuck
He goes in the
Fields.
first round, though.
Kyler Murray?
Justin Fields.
I think Tua would go over Kyler.
No, you think so?
They're right. They're neck and neck.
Kyler's had bad teams that he's elevated to make a little bit better. Like he's never had.
Jalen Hurts.
I don't feel. I don't have conviction over that. I could see teams liking Kyler Murray more. You like Kyler Murray more than Tua?
What about what she said, Jalen Hurts?
Again, I think that's that same tier. But what I'm saying is C.J. Stroud is certainly a tier above.
What about Baker?
He's terrible.